How old were you when it happened?
Okay, I was about 37 years old.
On September 11th, 2001, I was 25 years old.
I was probably about 14 years old.
I was in my 20s.
So where exactly were you?
Okay, well, I was working in the chemical industry at the time.
I was in New York, New York.
Sitting in my 8th grade English class.
I was in New York.
Quality control lab. Just to make sure everything was in specification. It was a normal quality control thing that we did as a service.
In downtown Manhattan.
What exactly were you doing at the moment?
Well, we were testing their products.
I had a really late night the night before. I was doing a run of a show. I was in a Broadway musical, and we had a really late night, and so I had slept in. I was awakened by a really loud like boom sound.
We were at Austin Middle School, and we were getting ready to just do a regular, it's probably a vocabulary lesson.
On my way to my first day at NYU.
So when the news broke out, what was going through your head?
In the newspaper industry, you always see in the movies, extra edition. So literally the presses were stopped.
As a 14-year-old, as an 8th grader, seeing different like war movies and stuff like that, but you never expected anything like that could happen here.
And everybody was waiting for word from their management as far as what we were going to, they were going to print. And we started seeing all the different pictures that they were going to put together for the front page. And I collected an assortment of them with a couple of their quality control guys, and we created a presentation.
I didn't know what had actually happened since I was there. It was a matter of chaos. There were sirens blaring. There were people on the street were yelling. Total pandemonium. I stayed at the window and I listened to the Today Show. And that's when I realized that it was a plane that had hit the tower.
It was just a shock.
What was going through my head is, where's my mom and my sister? Because my sister worked at Vitamin Shop at that time, and that day she was going to start her first day at the World Trade Center. So I was worried that she was there in that building that day. And my mom worked on West 4th at NYU Law School. And I was worried that she was so close to that World Trade Center that something was wrong. And seeing that I was very new to that area of New York, that wasn't very good. I had no idea who to call and how to get out of where I was.
So lastly, is there anybody you'd like to mention in remembrance?
I had two friends that I used to caddy with when I worked in the country club in high school. Both of them were in the tower. Now they did escape. When you saw those pictures of the people that were coated in the dust, that was asbestos. And they died like a year later of mesothelioma. So there's another 10,000 people who aren't traditionally counted among the dead because they did survive, but they were covered with that dust.
Yes, I would like to remember my best friend Samantha. She died in the upper floors of Tower 2. Her body was never recovered.
Serving in the military, I had a lot of buddies that deployed overseas and that didn't make it back. So I use this time to just remember them and the sacrifices that them and their families made.
And I remember where I was at, it was probably the distance between our high school and Capel. And I remember the wave of just debris that just went and just covered the entire Manhattan. And I remember evacuating. And when I evacuated, even though I was on the upper floor of my apartment, I remembered that I was covered in just ash and soot from the tower that fell, or the towers that fell.
I just want to say kudos to the police officers that were there, because they really helped us out in running away from the Chrysler building, because that was the 30th tallest building and we were really close. So when they evacuated us, it was just, I just thank them for not letting us get into more danger and really trying to get us out of that harm's way.
Hey guys, this is James Deal inviting you to travel with us to Central Europe in 2023. Hey, this is VV091021 inviting you to join me in Puerto Rico and Costa Rica, summer 2023. All next to those days, and Navan inviting you to Portugal and Spain, summer 2023.
All right, guys, you got a QR code coming up here on Viking View. If you're interested, check that out. And
On this Friday is the deadline for your $200 discount. Do not forget to sign up on Friday. Take advantage of $200 off, guys. Make sure that you get on these trips. Come with us.
Hope to see you out there, guys.
Chicos.
Happy Friday, Vikings, and welcome back to Fandom Friday. I'm your host, Aaron, and for this week's movie news, starting off with The Matrix Resurrections. Yesterday, the official first trailer for the next chapter of the Matrix trilogy was released. From visionary filmmaker Lana Wachowski comes The Matrix Resurrections, the long-awaited fourth film in the groundbreaking franchise that redefined a genre. The new film reunites original stars Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss in the iconic roles they made famous, Neo and Trinity, coming to theaters and HBO Max December 12th of this year. Earlier this week, Shang-Chi smashed records at the box office on its opening weekend, earning a little over $90 million throughout the Labor Day weekend. Many believe that thanks to Shang-Chi's success, Sony decided to move the Venom sequel, Venom Let There Be Carnage, a whole 2 weeks from its October 15th release now to October 1st. That's all for today's Fandom Friday. Now on to Viking View with Andrea.
Good morning, Vikings. I am your anchor, Andrea. Vikings, the Nimbus Pickers open up this Monday, and it's going to be Monday through Friday. The link is down below so you can book your appointment. And also, Senior Sunrise is around the corner. It's going to be September the 17th at 6:30 at the softball field. And now Francisco with Sports.
Thanks, Andrea. I'm Francisco with Sports. This Friday, there will be a cross-country meeting at the Buff in Hamilton City, so make sure to go support. That's all the news for sports, and back to you, Andrea.
Thanks, Francisco. Vikings, we're having a block party right after the parade on September the 22nd from 5 to 7 at the student parking lot. And also, it's going to be a science club right after school on September the 10th and room 278, so do not forget to attend. And that's all for today, Vikings. Have a good day.
Please stand for the pledge. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible,